I'll take apologies, and I have an apology from Councillor Green due to a conflict. Do we have any other apologies? Okay, but we do have some people who aren't here, so perhaps I'll include Councillor McPherson and Councillor Wilson in that as well. Oh, Councillor Gallagher's here. So I'll move that, seconded by Councillor Toomey. All those in favour? Against, carried. Thank you. Confirmation of the agenda is as presented, so I'll move that, seconded by the Deputy Mayor. All those in favour? Against, carried. Declarations of interest, as I said, Councillor Green had identified one earlier. Any others? No? Okay, thank you. Right, we have one item on the agenda, and of course this comes through from the Strategy and Policy Committee earlier this week. And Councillor O'Leary, I'll go to you as Chair.
Thank you, Worship. So this is a recommendation from the Strategy and Policy Committee to Council, and for the Public Places Policy and Bylaw. And Council will see there that all of those amendments that were passed as a resolution at the committee have been changed. So I will move that, Your Worship.
Okay, seconded by who? Councillor Toomey, are you seconding that? Thank you. I know.
Your Worship, I'd like to move an amendment.
Okay, I was just, before I come to you, I just note, councillors, that we were a bit ambitious with the removal of the entire sentence. Oh. And you'll just see on page 2, that's just been picked up in the draft to come back.
Where is it? Of which document? Where is it?
Page 2 of the report. Please note that paragraph there.
Oh, please note.
In relation to 4.2. What staff realised afterwards is that perhaps we were a bit ambitious taking the entire thing out, and we needed to leave half the sentence in.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so if you look at 4.2 in the final draft.
Which is this.
Do you have anything to add to that, Kelvin, or pretty self-explanatory?
Nothing at all, Your Worship. That's straightforward.
Okay, thank you. All right, Councillor Forsyth, you had an amendment.
Yes, I would like the up to 3 mobile shops in the CBD area as was initially debated on Tuesday, and Schedule 3 in the CBD area to be brought back.
So
that would be the only amendment. The rest of the
okay, so your amendment, looking at the, can you just formulate what that would be then?
The reinstatement of 4.5, basically.
Okay.
In the old council report, which was dated the 18th of February.
So effectively, it's the red stuff that's that's crossed out in the
Yes.
on page 9 that you put back
yes.
in. Is that right?
In addition to the conditions in clause 4.4 above, the following extra conditions may apply to mobile shops. Up to 3, they'll be granted maximum period of 6 months only.
Yep, we've got that.
3, etc., etc.
Okay, so I think the amendment is that the clauses, the track changes identified in clause 4.2, 4.5 and schedule 3, clause 5 are reinstated. I think that's, have we got that right? Mm. Is that what you want?
Yes, yep, regarding the mobile shop. In other words, that we reconsider them.
Just hold on. Yeah.
In other words, that we reconsider them, yes.
Okay, so your amendment is to reinstate those into the policy?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just check if there's a seconder for that amendment. No? Sorry, you seconded. Okay. Being seconded now. Councillor Young, yeah, I'm getting to him.
Some clarity for the Schedule 3, 5.15 and 6 that need to be added back in.
That's right,
That's
Schedule
right.
3, yeah. Track changes in Schedule 3. That's been seconded.
Just a guess, and I seek your advice around standing orders. A foreshadow question, one of the other issues, and I'm sorry, perhaps I missed at the very beginning of the meeting, was the issue of the streets that go off Victoria Street in terms of the definition of the central city zone that was to be discussed here, I thought.
So,
Saffamore, Jones, Elmer Street and,
yes, so it's not contained in the report, but there
No.
was, the Deputy Mayor had raised some queries about the map.
yeah.
The map is as presented, so if there are some specific questions on the map,
Well,
I know they were, the Deputy Mayor was talking about whether that map should be extended, but I haven't had notice to.
well, it's just, I just want to seek some advice and guidance and a viewpoint. I can't, perhaps I'll ask Kelvin if I may, and I'm just trying to work out the logic as to why those commercial streets, Elmer Street, Saffamore, and the third, there's a third one, isn't there? Bryce, are not part of the CBD zone. I mean, I can't work that one out. I mean, they're no exit streets. You access them from Victoria Street. I can't work out why they're not classified as CBD.
Simple answer is it's a rollover of the existing map which has existed for the life of the existing bylaw. We've never had a request from anyone to set up down in those areas, but technically they could. However, dealing with a couple of those in isolation, if I can, Saffamore Jones Place, it would seem to me that the only thing that's going to be down at the bottom of the place is going to be the restaurant that was referred to. It seems highly improbable to me that a mobile shop operator would want to set up down there because he or she needs through traffic to go through to actually generate revenue. You're hardly likely to be getting dressed up, making a reservation, going down there, seeing a mobile cart and suddenly wanting to stop and get a pie and Coke rather than going in and take up your reservation. My point being that there is not going to be the through traffic through that area that would generate anyone wanting to make money.
Let's assume that's a rational business decision. You know, that's rational brain. Sometimes people have other dynamics. So I'm just looking at legally, technically, they could, if they did apply, what would happen? In Elmer Street, whatever. I'm sorry, I mean.
Technically, they are entitled to it, as they have been for the lifespan of the existing bylaw which has been in place, and it also applies to the bottom of London Street, bottom of Bryce Street, Elmer Street, and Saffamore Jones Place.
What's your discretion?
There is no discretion under that. If we believed we might try and dissuade someone, however, the bylaw is the bylaw and the policy sets the boundaries of that, and we've been operating to that map for the...
So I think, Kelvin, the question is, I think it's a pretty straightforward question. The answer is yes, people can apply for a permit outside that mapped area. You're saying you've never had a request for one?
Correct.
Right. The question initially was, where did the map come from? And you're saying it's a rollover in the map, but where did the map originally come from? Because my understanding was it was a City Heart map.
Correct. I understood it was picked up from something else the council was doing that had the definition of City Heart. So it was being consistent with other council strategy and policies.
So that's, Councillor Gill, is where the map originated from.
Yeah, sure,
and the policies
sure.
just simply rolled it over.
I mean, to me, for simplicity, but look, if it's outside the brief of today's meeting, and we did discuss it at the committee meeting, to me, surely you would just extend that to the green edge, the green belt edge, and include those streets. I mean, it seems an unusual scenario. Now, whether it's a biggie, whether in effect there's no deal and no one is going to park down there, I don't know. Yeah.
So I think too the other more pertinent question is, because the map is attached to the policy, I'm assuming that the map can at any time be changed because it's not part of the bylaw, it's the policy, and it is to council's discretion at any time to review and change policies. Correct?
Yes, just to clarify that, Your Worship, if the council is satisfied it's already gained sufficient information to be properly informed of the community views, it can change the policy at any time.
But we don't have to consult on policies anyway. So, you know, I mean, bylaws definitely we do. So I suppose a question that might want to come back in some form later is a little bit more closer look at the kind of the map and its application in today's central city, and how it might relate to changing activities that have happened since that map was developed in 2009, and how it might align with the Central City Transformation Plan, I guess, unless a councillor wishes to move an amendment today. And it's up to councillors if they want to do that. Now, Councillor Mallett, did you have a question?
No, sorry, it's been answered. I just wanted to I was just to be quite clear, because those streets that have just been mentioned are not in the, encompassed within the area defined as the CBD for the purposes of this bylaw, trading is permitted there, mobile truck trading is permitted there, subject to the person getting a permit.
Correct.
Okay, thank you, that's a lot clear.
Right, any other questions? Did you have, no? Okay. All right, so we've got an amendment and we've got a motion. My suggestion, councillors, is that we, in debate, deal with them both, if that's okay with everyone? No one objecting to that? Okay, that's how we'll do it.
Can we have them up on the board, please?
Yes, I'm typing away furiously, I heard, so we'll get them up. So I'll go to the mover of the motion if she wishes to speak.
I just, Madam Chair, just check to make sure I've captured the motion as per the meeting wishes. I've incorporated the error that staff identified into point Roman numerals 4.
No, that's fine. Good, that's right. Councillor O'Leary, you happy with that?
Yes.
Yep. So just going down to the amendment. So councillors understand what that amendment is? That's the track changes in the policy that was circulated as part of the report. The track changes are shown, but then of course crossed out as a result of the resolution made in Essendon.
Your Worship, can you explain 4.2 again, please? I missed that at the start. That pertains to the, when you, what's got there, the track changes that identified in clauses 4.2.
Right.
You did talk about it at the start, but
Okay, so if we look at the track changes...
now which of those? That's the one that was put on our desk.
Yeah, page
Yeah.
9. It's not the clean copy, it's the one with the red writing in it.
Yep.
At the Strategy and Policy Committee meeting, we removed that entire clause.
Yes, okay.
But, of course, that was slightly ambitious and we should have only removed half of it, otherwise it doesn't make sense in relation
Yep.
to mobile
4.5.
shops. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So, as I understand it, your amendment would reinstate the words unless approval is granted under clause 4.5 below. It'll pick that up. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to do the combined, and I'm going to go to Councillor O'Leary. You're a mover. Do you wish to speak?
No.
Okay, any other speakers for or against? Councillor Forsyth, do you want to speak?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I would. I haven't changed my mind, and I haven't changed what I would say as I did in the Strategy and Policy Committee meeting the other day. I think that the mobile shops really do offer a point of difference for the community. They offer another reason for people to come into the CBD. It's an enabler for budding entrepreneurs, for budding businessmen and women. It's an opportunity to add some vibrancy. It's not going to solve all the problems of the CBD, certainly not, but any point of difference, any opportunity to enable the ordinary person to start something that in many cases is unaffordable. I think it's an opportunity that we should offer, not only to them but to the public as well. So I'm very supportive of mobile traders, and I'm supportive of the other amendments as well. The other, the 2 metre wide clearway, etc.
Okay. All right. Any other speakers for or against? No? Oh, sorry. Councillor Gallagher, you wish to speak?
Yes, I mean, it was well canvassed at the last meeting, and I think a number of us are saying that we're not ruling out forever and a day the mobile traders, and as I said, we've seen overseas jurisdictions where you have a vibrant town square and a whole range of behaviours that go with that. But I think at this point we have a situation where our CBD, in my view, parts of it still deserve what I call love and care. And the love and care is to ensure that we can help fill the empty shops, for the 2 reasons that the empty shops tell us that the foot traffic is not particularly brilliant in some parts of the CBD, not in all parts, So we are helping the existing businesses who have invested life savings, because they pay rent, they pay rates. Also acknowledge that the property owner also has some life savings and investments involved. So it's a delicate mix. Certainly wouldn't rule out reviewing this in a couple of years' time, but at the moment I think the timing would be not prudent.
Okay, councillors, we're going to go to the board to vote. And so we're voting on the amendment first, which is the one on the board there.
The amendment is lost, 3 votes for and 8 against.
All right, we're now going to the motion. If you'd like to just roll the PowerPoint, thanks. Okay, so we're voting on this now, on the board.
Push harder, mate.
Carried unanimously.
All right, thank you, and thank you, Kelvin, for all your work, and Julie, because I know it's been quite a mission, so thank you very much for that. So councillors, the council meeting is now at an end, but we are reconvening for the Finance Committee meeting at 1:30?
1:30.
1:30, all right, thank you.
1:30.